All right, so Aries, there's quite a few messages here. Obviously, I want to point out the Tower as our major arcana. And the other thing is, obviously, we have a court card here. Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra may be of great importance for you. Now, we also have the Queen of Pentacles, which is an earth sign, Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus. And this can be male or female. So I want to say that. One of the things that I am picking up is I feel that somebody is having like really bad headaches or migraines. And I think it has to do with the change in barometric pressure for somebody. It's their environment, or I feel like the weather somehow influences these headaches. The other thing that I'm getting is somebody is really having a lot of neck pain. And I feel like it's also possibly the back or lower back. So you have to be very careful, especially if you're sitting for a long time. I feel like there's a need for you to get up and move, or to, what's that? I think it's ergonomically correct, especially if you're sitting at the computer all day. You got to be careful about hunching over. There's a need for you to stretch or to sit more in an upright position, because I really feel like if this continues, you may end up having some surgery. There's a disc that is possibly out of alignment or bulging, but you'll know who this is. I would not be shocked if you're having some pains even down your arms. But anytime you're not feeling well, I always say go seek, doctor, go get professional medical help, and make sure you find out what this is. The other thing is, I feel like there is news about a pregnancy. Oh, and I just heard acupuncture may be helpful. So somebody's either going to a chiropractor or acupuncture. Now, oh, okay, I just heard this too. This happened for another sign. I think it may have been Sagittarius, but I'm hearing that this surgery may have already taken place. And so you are healing. You're going through the healing process, but it's still kind of a battle. I do feel that some of you may even be on bed rest because of this surgery. But I get the feeling like eventually this pain, especially if you had the surgery, will go away. But some of you may be doing acupuncture or physical therapy or getting like massages or something like that, or ultrasound, something like that going on. Now, speaking of ultrasound, I do feel that somebody is going to find out that they're pregnant. And if it's not you, could be in the workplace that you hear of some pregnancy, or from a family member or a friend or neighbor or something like that. There's news about that. But I also feel that somebody is fighting about this pregnancy, like saying, this is not my child. And I think that's why there's conflict, a lot of conflict here. Could be an air sign versus an earth sign. But I'm also getting very much Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. But there's something about, I feel something with the, I don't know, I'm being led back to the head and headaches or the crown chakra. Now, this also could be that somebody is very much into the spiritual realm and enlightenment, and there could be feel like maybe somebody's third eye is in the process of being opened, but then you get scared, or there's, messages that possibly then you shut down again. Is what I'm also getting. The other thing is, I do feel that some of you may have some situation going on with the home, the physical home, where there's possibly storms. Now, maybe this is the aftermath, and you're dealing with the aftermath in May is what I'm hearing. So there's been some ending, some loss, and there may be issues in terms of fighting, like with money. See, there's or the insurance company is what I'm getting. So, but also, if you are in an area where there's weather fluctuates, because I feel there's a big fluctuation here, that it's important. Make sure you've got your insurance covered, for your home, or for, flood insurance or whatever, that I feel is going to be important for somebody. Now, the other thing that I'm getting also, I feel that there is an ending in terms of love, in terms of a relationship. Now, this could be all of a sudden, this can happen. This can be, every card has its positive and its negative. This can be also, has different meanings than just upheaval or a sudden change or disaster or something like that. This to me can very much be like a reawakening, or something is revealed. And I feel like the truth about a situation for some of you is going to get revealed, or the truth is discovered. So maybe this is getting back to a paternity test, and you find out the truth about, who the child belongs to. But I definitely get that this can be somebody's temper. And so this could be someone's temper within the home, definitely within business or the workplace. There may be a boss where there's a lot of volatility. It could also be that you're involved in a business with 3 partners. There's 3 people here. You may be one of them. Could be that somebody is saying they want out of this company or this business. Or that their position is ending. And you're kind of left to pick up the pieces, but it could also be that you may want this person out. But I want to get back to love, because I do feel that there is a strong possibility of a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio that may be coming in or already is in your life. And maybe, okay, yeah, that's how it's coming across, because I feel that what this commotion is that you most likely ended a relationship. Now, it could be that somebody has ended a relationship with you. Or maybe there was, hope in a job opportunity. Maybe there was just too much competition, and what you thought was going to come to fruition, maybe there's not enough resources or lack of money to give you what you want, and so the job is terminated or it's ended. But I do feel in terms of love that, I feel like there is possibility somebody from your past that is definitely having a hard time letting you go. And they are creating some kind of turmoil and havoc, or, wanting to get back at you because possibly you ended the relationship. And they just are trying to make things difficult for you. There's jealousy or maybe rage or anger. I also feel like somebody is possibly like watching somebody, like they're just, wanting to see what they're up to, what you're up to. I don't feel like it's, they ended it with you and you're feeling like this. It could be that way, but it's coming across more the other way around, where I feel like there's something, with the 10 ending, there's a new beginning coming in. And I feel like there's new love coming in for some of you. For some of you, this may be a very volatile relationship that you are in, and maybe you're going to end it by the end of May because you're tired of, somebody being jealous or controlling or wanting to know where you're at every minute, what you're doing. It's taking a toll. But I feel that some of you or somebody there's the possibility of somebody finding out. It could be this past love. It could be an air sign. But, it doesn't have to be an air sign or an earth sign, but where they find out that you've moved on, or that you're engaged, or that you're having a child. You know who the child is. You don't need a paternity test, but they're jealous that you have moved on and have moved on possibly quickly. And so they're trying to make things disruptive. And if it's marriage and you're choosing to divorce or separate, they may be coming after you for money. Maybe you were the breadwinner, and they may be trying to get the house and possibly what, your belongings are. So, yeah. But I feel, though, that for you, it's more of you moving away from this heavier situation. And, it could also be that somebody gets angry and just walks off the job, is what I'm hearing. They're just fed up with somebody and they just walk off the job. They just leave. And if you own a business, they could leave you hanging. It could also be that you walk out of a job, but I really feel that it's more as something is coming to an end. But I feel like there's hope. There's hope in the situation. If it's this volatile as I'm seeing, where it's up and down, maybe one day they're angry, another day they're very affectionate, and then they get angry again. It's like a roller coaster, and I feel like it would be probably most beneficial. And if there are children involved, because the page can represent a child, that for it to be this volatile as it's coming across here is not helpful. It's not a safe or positive environment. It's like someone's playing mind games, and it's just very stressful. So this is a very important message. It may apply to one person, but I feel like it's important for it to be heard. And I do feel it's always darkest before the dawn. And I'm very much focused on this yellow here, where something is going to come to fruition. But if there is somebody that's this volatile, I certainly wouldn't want to be around this person if it's, looking like this. And so if it's an ex and they want to meet up with you, obviously that's your choice, but depending on how they've treated you, but I would definitely either not want to meet up with them or, make sure that you're in a very safe environment, people around you and all that, because I feel like this person has a temper, can blow up any minute. This is how it's coming across. And, but I want to focus on the positive as much as possible, that I feel like this is coming to an end, this suffering or pain, and there's healing. When I look at this, oftentimes I feel like there's a healing process. This could be, once again, male or female. They don't necessarily have to be an earth sign, but this can even be you. But I feel like it's time for you to nurture yourself, and there may be somebody around you that is very nurturing and also can help you and, look out for your best interest and what's best for you.